I worked in the Irish Independent 20 years ago with Veronica Guerin. I remember very well the morning that I got the call to say that Veronica had been killed. And it was also part of a gangland dispute. So in some respects it does sound like we're back 20 years. And it is shocking. I think the intensity of what happened last weekend caught everyone by surprise. Journalists occasionally get threats, but the level of this threat and the context of the threat makes it particularly worrying.
I mean, why do they get threats? What are the gangsters fearful of?
Well, you know, I think sometimes when people talk about ganglands and they give these people nicknames, they almost sound like comic characters. These are dangerous people who trade in drugs which cause misery, and they make a lot of money out of them. And journalists ask questions and dig deep and expose them, and that makes them uncomfortable. And you know, the journalists in independent newspapers have been very courageous, but will continue to be courageous. And this is an attempt at silence.
I mean, as we understand it, there appears to be a feud going on between rival factions, if you like. Do we know who is issuing these threats?
I'm sure the Gardaí have suspicions as to who they are. Independent news and media sensibly have not said which gang the sources are emanating from. I don't suppose that either gang have particular respect for media or the rule of law, and I'm not going to, it would be invidious to speculate as to the source. It is worrying. It's worrying for the journalists concerned and for their families. It's also worrying for many freelance journalists, reporters and photographers who work alone and who do not have the support of the big corporations. I spoke this evening to management at Independent News and Media. They are very supportive. All media organisations will, of course, be reviewing their security. We will be advising freelance journalists and anyone who's worried to talk to us, to talk to the Garda Síochána or to their employers. But ultimately, this will be dealt with by increased resources and by community support.
I mean, what happens? You have to provide bodyguards for journalists? Or?
Journalists can't work with bodyguards. Journalists must work independently, and that includes working independently of the police. And this, of course, was a factor regularly in Northern Ireland. And Veronica Guerin is one of two journalists employed by Independent News and Media who were murdered. The other was Martin O'Hagan. And Martin O'Hagan declined police protection. Veronica Guerin refused police protection. Many other journalists have had to do so, because you cannot work independently as a journalist while relying for police protection.
And finally, why is this still going on? What's happening? Is it a failure by the police? Is it just the way things are?
I think that's a very complex question. I think one of the reasons it's happening is there is money in drugs, and there are people out there who are prepared to do anything to make money. I think there is a need for increased Garda resources, and I welcome the comments by An Taoiseach tonight, but that would have to be matched by a commitment to resources and genuine resourcing to tackle this once and for all. We cannot tackle this problem by occasional investment followed by cuts in Garda overtime, followed by the closure of police stations. But that's only part of the problem. There is also a need at the very basic community level for support among people, and that's going to take courage as well. I wouldn't underestimate the courage of that, but this battle will not be won without community support and extra resources.